Welcome, masters, welcome all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. Oh, my old friend, why thy face is valanced since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? What, my young lady and mistress? By lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last. By the altitude of a chopin, pray God your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are welcome. We'll lean to it like French falconers fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted. If it was not above once, for the play I remember please not the million, just caviar to the general, but it was, as I received it, and others, whose judgments in such matters cried in the top of mine, an excellent play, well digested in the scene, set down with as much modesty as cunning. I remember one said there were no salads in the lines to make the matter savoury, nor no matter in the phrase that might indict the author of affectation, but called it an honest method, as wholesome as sweet, and by very much more handsome than fine. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast... It is not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus.
He whose sable arms.
He whose sable arms. Black as his purpose did the knight resemble, when he lay couchèd in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot, now is he total gules, horridly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder. Roasted in wrath and fire, and thus o'ersized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks. So proceed you.
Oh God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
Anon he finds him, striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal matched. Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage, strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his felled sword, the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of reverend Priam, seemed i' the air to stick. So, as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter did nothing. But, as we often see, against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the orb below as hush as death. Anon, the dreadful thunder doth rend the region, so after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him newer work. And never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armour forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out! Out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods in general synod, take away her power! Break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bowl the round nave down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fiends!
This is too long.
Shout to the barbers with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba.
But who, woe, had seen the Mobled Queen?
Mobled Queen?
Oh, that's good. Mobled Queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe, about her lank and all autemed loins, a blanket, in the alarm of fear caught up. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport, in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamour that she made, unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look, where he has not turned his colour, and has tears in his eyes. Prithee, no more.
I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you were better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
God's bodkin, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them after your own honour and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.